Hey there and welcome to the second round of the Mid Cup number 5 tournament. It's a mid-range tournament for 13 to 1600 ELO players, organized by Wilfer. My name is ICU, and I'll be shoutcasting this here match on the map Snake Dance. As Gaia's Forest is being cast, we can conclude that one of the players, Nito, is playing as Gaia. On the other end, the blue color, it's Ironhide playing as Nuva. I think it's fair to say that both of these major gods are focused on economy and defense, things like that. So sometimes we can expect a more boomy game. The terrain on the Snake Dance might facilitate that. On the other hand, Atlantean is a civilization that, no matter major god, has the potential to go on the aggressive with a decently fast army. It's not a commodity that Chinese have in the classical age. I do like this early temple from Ironhide to give them that boost of favor early with the favored land. We see one Kuafu being built so far. We'll see how many Ironhide ones in this archaic age. How is the scouting coming along? For Ironhide, using his Pioneer to decent effect, as most of this right side is explored, sees the relics, sees a couple of settlement locations. When it comes to Nito, oracles are sitting a couple of important locations. Nito does notice this settlement as well, along with this one. Wonder if he'll just keep the oracles around, prevent any shenanigans. Let's go back to the revealed map. There's a hero Kuafu out, along with the starting one for Ironhide. Meanwhile, Leto has been queued up by Nito. Leto does make a lot of sense versus China. And Ho2 queued up by Ironhide. So the thing about Leo is she has these automatons, which can be quite bothersome for Chinese players to deal with, because they have that high piercing damage and then the piercing resistance, so the pioneers can't effectively deal damage to them as much as they'd like to. Fushi has the option of using Neja for that, even though it's just one hero. It's a strong one. On the other hand, Nuva as well as Shenong have the option of going through, let me just check, Rasho in a heroic age, which gives them access to the Divine Judgment technology, which makes their infantry do a good chunk more damage against the myth units, which is useful against the automaton spam if it may come. A couple of units, a couple of these automaton as well, making their way over the middle of the map, where Ironhide has decided to go for a second town center. Very fast one. Abundance being researched already. Wants to go all in on the economy. Xiong Kui Kyongki. It's pretty hard to pronounce this tiger. Flying around, ready to land and assist. Powerful hero being pulled off from building the town center. He does do a great amount of damage to the automaton, that's for sure. Kyongki being forced to run away from the Terma hero. Termas can definitely make quick work of this pioneer. The town center does go up and we have an immediate earth wall to trap these units in. But as it still has a low amount of armor, at least one segment is pretty easy to take care of. Pioneer goes down. Military camp and machine workshop coming down for Ironhide. But now that Nito has spotted this town center, imagine he wants to produce a good amount of mobile units and put some pressure onto Ironhide. Doesn't want to let Ironhide get away with that advantage. Pioneer being built. Wuzu Javelineer are an excellent hero against the Terma. The clay peasants have finally run out. We still only have one Kwafu on the side of Ironhide. Second one being produced now. Not counting the hero, of course. Does have 30 favor in the bank, which I don't think will be terribly useful for mid units, considering he's playing against Gaia. Can pretty easily heroize. On the other hand, Terma don't do terribly much damage because they're counter units. Not the best anti-myth ones. The automatons, however, do 3 times damage against myth units. Still not an amazing option for Ironhide in that case. Forward manor coming down as this earth wall is being chipped away at. These poor Japanese wolves getting taken down by Nito. Well, at least one of them. This one gets to live for now. Kyongki, another one coming in. This one is fortunately not very high HP. Ironhide doing a good job of garrison micro. However, these Wuzu Javelineers need to be attacking the Terma, otherwise they're all just gonna go down. Automatons are going to town on the villagers. The entirety of the army of Ironhide has been demolished, minus these Kyongki. Quite unfortunate for him. And Nito just eased up for a moment. Lost a few automaton, but keeps spamming out the Terma, which can't take out any of the buildings by themselves. So at the very least, Ironhide has that going on for him. Or his buildings are not yet in danger. But without an army, a bunch of Wuzu Javelineer being queued up. They cost really little gold, yet Ironhide is mining a ton of it. But looks like he's finding use out of it. Earthwall fully goes down finally. Pioneers being produced as well. Oh, gold was used for a Kyongki. I see. Has 4 of them out now, which are honestly formidable against the automaton wall in the front. A 5th one coming in. Does he have the upgrade? No. doesn't have the favor for it yet, right? Just 13. What's it? Doesn't say what the cost is. Okay. And I'm missing the fight. I don't think this Kyonki can contend with the automaton and the bunch of hero Terma being put out on this side. 8 already. Ironhide decides that that was enough. Doesn't have the army. Anything he builds is being killed off quickly. And decides to resign. Quick second town center was a bold move against Atlantean. Not a bad one in a general sense. Unfortunately, it couldn't make it work. Nito just going full out on the offensive, doing a great job of putting on the pressure and making full use of those Terma and killing any heroes that Ironhide was trying to get out, as well as the counter units. There just wasn't enough of them. So the automaton were only going down a bit to the Kyonkis, but those got taken down by the heroes. Well, there's enough hero Termas, they do definitely do enough damage, it racks up. Thanks everyone for watching. Congratulations to Nito on winning the first game, though this is a best of 3, so we will see at least one more match between these two players. Hopefully I'll see you there.